Welcome back to talknorth.com. Thank you for listening. If you can, please download before you listen. It helps our business. I'd also like to thank our producer, Brandon Morton, and let you know if you'd like to sponsor this program or any of the programs on the network, you can reach me at jsouhan47@gmail.com. Talknorth.com is powered by Bite Squad. Go to bitesquad.com or download their app. Get food to your door in minutes. Use the promo code TALKNORTH to get your first delivery free. Talk North gets you your first delivery free.
So I have not been looking forward to this week for a long, long time. It's Philadelphia week. The Vikings are traveling there. I told myself I would never go back to hell after that NFC Championship loss. But here we are, once again. I'm on the trip. I have to go to Philly. I've been to every road trip this year. And I couldn't be less excited than I am right now because the Philly fans are the absolute worst. Not just in the NFL, but in sports, period. They are the worst, Jordan. Have you ever experienced Philadelphia fans up close and personal?
I've never experienced Philadelphia fans. I've experienced Philadelphia people. Actually, some of them are my friends. But
you have friends that are from Philadelphia.
I do have a couple good friends from Philadelphia. My head coach Coach Bo Ryan is from Philadelphia. I had two assistant coaches. He looks like
he's from Philadelphia. He seems like he's from Philadelphia.
I had two coaches at Wisconsin from Philadelphia. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! And you somehow were able to relate to them as people?
You know, they're not. They weren't so obnoxious, but I did hear a funny story last year at the NFC Championship game. One of my friends was talking to a girl and thought he was about to, thought it was going well, talking to her for like 10 minutes, and she asked why he was in Philly and where he was from. He said Minnesota, and he's there for the Vikings game, and she proceeded to cuss him out on site. I was dying. So
that to me sounds like every Philadelphia fan that I ran into. I was not in Vikings gear. I was there working, so I'm just observing everything, and I'm watching fans yell at Vikings fans with their children, not just like boo, go home, like F you, we're gonna beat you up, like that kind of stuff, like really violent and really drunk. The drunkest fans that I have ever been around by far. I was actually the guy who recorded the video of people throwing full unopened beer cans at Vikings fans' heads.
Jesus.
I was like in the tailgate watching this unfold. People just rocketing beers at Vikings fans. Like it got to the point that it was actually dangerous. And I talked to Vikings parents after the game. Jeremiah Searle's dad, we ran into him in the airport. And he said that during the game, he was wearing a Searle's jersey with him and his wife, and they were there to watch Jeremiah. And Eagles fans kept walking down from the stands, pouring full beers on their heads, getting kicked out of the game, only for the next Eagles fans up to come down the stands and pour another beer on their heads. It was like this never-ending cycle of beer pouring. But that's Philly fans, man. These are the same fans that booed Santa Claus. They've thrown batteries at J.D. Drew. They cheered when Michael Irvin career-ending injury. These are the worst fans, and I always thought it was just like talk. You hear these stories, but they can't actually be that bad. Well, guess what, Jordan? They are. And I can't even tell you how much I am not looking forward to going back there. God, dude, it just makes my blood boil. Like the fact that they had to come here and win the Super Bowl here in Minneapolis, that was enough. And I'm not like a sore loser. I'm just saying these people sound like suck. I'm not a sore loser.
Yeah, I know,
I'm just saying these people suck. They're genuinely crappy people. People that, stay in Philadelphia. They should quarantine that whole area because they don't even belong in the rest of the United States. They're that awful.
Dang.
They are that awful. Like, just golly. Just from Flyers fans to Phillies fans to Eagles fans, I mean, even 76ers fans, I don't even know if they're bad, but if you're from Philly and you're a sports fan, you probably suck.
Well, I feel like Philly is like the armpit of the East Coast to a degree, so it makes sense. They're probably upset about being out there. You know, it's not New York. I don't even think it's New Jersey, to be honest. So it's, you know, they're probably upset about something, which makes sense. But I would say I might thrive in that environment. If I got a couple dogs with me, a couple riders with me, I might be able to thrive. You know what I'm saying? I'll take a couple beer cans, be loaded up in my back pocket, need what I have, maybe a knife. You know what I'm saying? They come with me. I might thrive in that environment.
It's took a weird twist. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? If you're just going to start, if you're going to take sports that far, we can. Yeah, if you're going to take sports that far, we can take it there. It's not that. It's not a problem. I just need a couple. I need a couple people with me. Otherwise,
I'm thinking part of the problem was that Eagles fans hadn't won a Super Bowl. You know, they just were jaded and angry and upset. But maybe now that they've finally won, they've changed. You know, because Red Sox fans were okay. Actually, you know what? It went the opposite way for Red Sox fans. Red Sox fans were fine when they were losing before the World Series wins. Then they turned into just jerks. Like, Red Sox fans now are just awful.
I hate Boston sports in general. Boston sports are my least favorite. But though that's my least favorite fan base of all time. I hate every single Boston team. I hate the Patriots. I hate the Red Sox. I hate the Celtics. I don't even know anything. Couldn't name one player on the Bruins. I hate the Bruins. They're trash bags. I hate them all. But also, maybe if you don't want to go to Philly, you might want to stay home because our road success this year hasn't been too great anyway. So we might need to change some things up.
And I have been a part of all those.
Yeah.
Gosh, Anthony Barr was brutal in that LA game. But, you know, back to sports fans for a second. It got me thinking maybe this could be a good dirty six this morning. Is worst sports fan bases in America. I'm not talking just basketball or football, just worst fan bases, you know, 6 of the worst. What are your 6? It doesn't have to be in an order. That's the beauty of the Dirty Six. We're not saying it's a top 6. Just your 6 least favorite. Is that the way to say it? Least favorite? Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
least favorite fan bases probably. Ever. That's our Dirty Six today. Least
favorite? My least favorite. Okay,
yeah,
so not
6.
So for whatever reason, not because they're the best, do we have to go by team or just by city?
You can qualify it any way you want, Jordan. Just your 6 least favorite fan bases in sports.
Okay. Well, number 1, hands down, Green Bay Packer fans, without a shadow of a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt. Nice people. Great people, but just delusional to beyond belief. It's ridiculous. You can't call a city that has one sport title town, and you don't even have the most titles in your sport, and don't talk to me about titles that happened in 1936 or 1943.
But isn't that where the name originated, though? Like, it was title town then?
Well, they need to change the name. Be proactive. Realize what you're doing. It's not right. You don't have the most Super Bowls. Change the name. Green Bay fans.
I have no beef with Packer fans. I'm surprised that you say that.
I went to Wisconsin, so I'm not talking about Packer fans. I'm talking about Green Bay Packer fans. The Packer fans that are from Green Bay.
Okay.
They also think that's different. They also are entitled. Also, again, has some great friends from Green Bay who are Packer fans. My least favorite fans ever because they think they're more entitled to the Packers than any other Packer fan. Can't stand it. So it's ridiculous. I'll go Minnesota fans.
Whoa.
Second least favorite. Bandwagon to a T. Everybody, I've already seen people jump off the bandwagon for the Vikings already. It's ridiculous.
You're one of those.
No.
I've seen you on and off the bandwagon already this year, like 3 different times.
No, I'm not off the bandwagon. I just get pessimistic, but I'm still on the bandwagon. I'll never jump off. I've thrown my AP jersey into the crowd at US Bank Stadium. I'll never leave. It's like a bad relationship. It's not great, but I'll never leave.
I mean, I thought about putting Gopher fans on my list, but I was like, I'll get too much crap. And I don't want to tear down their souls on this beautiful Friday morning. Actually, it's not beautiful, so maybe I should put Gopher fans on the list. We'll get to it. What's your third?
We said also Minnesota fans are either bandwagon or unbelievably biased for no reason as well, or homer. But third, Cowboy fans, hands down.
Yep,
because
they're on my list too.
Because Cowboy fans are there's Cowboy fans from Istanbul who don't even know what the first name of the Cowboys are. They're just like Cowboys. Like, you don't even, come on, you're not a Cowboys fan. I don't want to hear. No, let's not talk about this. That's trash. Number 4.
My problem with Cowboys fans is just like they haven't been good since Aikman, Smith, and Irvin. You know, like you can't say you're America's team when you haven't even been relevant. Like the Cowboys aren't even good anymore. Like how are you America's team?
That's the same argument as the Packers. They originated when they were winning, right? So I agree, though. Yes, that too. You're not America's
just annoying.
It's like baseball. It's like baseball trying to say they're still America's pastime.
Right.
Same. Right. So yeah, I'm with you on that. Number 4, the entire city of Boston. Everybody and anybody who wants to affiliate. I don't even know if this is appropriate. I read on Twitter one time. It was funny. I died. Probably not true. It's not true. But it said, you can be a racist and not be a Patriots fan, but you can't be a Patriots fan and not be a racist. One of the funniest tweets I've ever seen in my life.
I will say,
obviously
in my
not
experience
true,
covering the Patriots, fans can get a little racist. Yeah. I mean, even when it comes to their own players, like some of the stuff I've heard being yelled out in the crowd there is, it's pretty bad. Pretty bad.
And Boston is viewed as like this liberal town.
Obviously, not every single Boston fan's a racist. But there are definitely a nice little slice that are.
Well, it's a hypocrisy, and then Boston's viewed as like this liberal town that is like whatever. So hate Boston fans, hate everything about Boston. I hate Tom Brady. I hate Larry Bird. Can't stand him. Hate David Ortiz.
How do you just hate Larry Bird?
I hate
a person just to throw in there
because I like Magic Johnson. I hate that Boston.
You can like them both.
No, I can't. And I hate that Boston has taken Minnesota's probably 2 best athletes in Minnesota sports history and gone to great heights with them. 3, actually. 3.
Yeah.
One in every. I forgot about Big Papi. They've taken David Ortiz, Moss, and won with all of them. So that's
those are great points. That's a great point right there.
That's sickening. Yeah. Number 5, Big Blue Nation, Kentucky. Disgusting. All of them. They're all just gross. They all just also an obnoxious fan base. I don't know if they're as bad as Philly, but just extremely obnoxious. Was ecstatic when Wisconsin beat them in the Final Four. I was actually one of the happiest basketball moments of my life, and I wasn't even on the court. I was in a foreign country.
That was amazing.
Well, I don't think that's cheating. If you want to pay kids. If you want to pay kids to play, then go ahead. I'm actually for that. I appreciate Cal
under the current rules, it's cheating. I'm not saying I don't think it's right or wrong. Like I think like college kids should get paid to play. The amount of money that college sports generates, it's ridiculous. I totally agree with you. But I'm just saying, under the current rules, Calipari's cheating. Not fair. Kentucky fans are gross. I agree.
Yes, there. And then number 6, my last one. This is actually a tough one, but I'm going to go with Chicago Cubs fans.
Wow.
Also hate Chicago Cubs fans. Part of this intensified because they beat the Indians, and I'm a huge Cleveland fan when they're good because my whole family's from Cleveland. Cubs fans.
So you were admitting to being a bandwagon jumper. Like the thing that you hate is when Cleveland's good, you're on the bandwagon. When they're not, you're not a Cleveland fan. Well, you are a bandwagon jumper.
For Cleveland only, just because that's where my dad is from, that's where my family's from. So I like when they're they don't get to see a lot of. They're just as bad in terms to it. So yeah, and Cubs fans similarly are similar to the Cowboys fans, where you got people just coming out of the woodworks. One of my friends tweets about the Cubs being in the playoffs, and he probably watched a half a Cubs game all year. It's like sit your ass down.
That's the worst.
Yeah,
what is the deal with fans like that?
I don't know. But then really and then they got some whack ass story about, my grandma on my dad's side or my dad's grandma was a Cubs fan before they won. So I really want shut up. No, I'm not trying to hear that. Sit your ass down.
So my Dirty Six this week, and obviously this is a segment that we do every time we do the podcast. One of my favorite parts of the show. I agree. Cowboys fans are one of the worst fan bases in the whole world. For sure, hands down. So that's one of them. I already said Eagles fans, all those nerds out there in Philadelphia.